Well, come along, boys, and listen to my tale, and I'll tell you of my troubles on the old Chisholm Trail. Come a tie-yi-bi-yi, yi-bi-yi, tie-yi-bi-yi, yi-bi-yi. I started up the trail October 23rd. I'm going to Texas with the two of you.
To do the landscaping, and then maybe Mark can decide what he wants to do with that little spot over there, whether we want to put some stones in there or we want to just cut down the bank and make it all grass. We'd have to cut a good chunk off the bank.
Yeah. Show me what you're talking about.
Well, you'd have to cut this lump off here. All this from here would have to be tapered back in order to get the grass growing back.
Like a funnel?
Huh?
Like a funnel?
Yeah, I suppose. But because this is all sand, maybe the rocks would be better. It won't slide around there.
So that would be your recommendation?
I don't know. It's up to him. You can do it either way, I guess.
Dad, why don't you take a walk? You guys both take a walk down the steps. Go up to the top.
Ready? You ready?
Yep.
It'd probably be just as well with grass in there.
Pour it on, and as long as there's grass, so it doesn't erode.
Probably have to put some sod on it.
Jeez. They're pretty nice steps.
And then right here, this is really the worst of the deck, and what I will do temporarily is I'm going to replace these 2x4s on the top here with treated lumber.
Could you just add to it?
No, I have to go off. One underneath is okay. It's just this top one with the water all set on it. So I'll put some new ones in there, and then probably in a year or so, we'll probably rebuild the deck. But as I looked at the joists under here, the joists are all really pretty damn solid here. It's the one piece in here that needs fixing, unless you want to shoot something inside.
Do you have a light on that then, or something?
Sure.
And do the fireplace and the moose.
No, it's plenty. Oh, see, Scott, there's the one Don gave me for my,
Yeah. That's nice with the decoy in it.
Yeah. In the old days, you'd sit in a rocking chair on the front porch because you didn't have radios and you didn't have television, and you'd play the harmonica or sing, or everybody. That's why everybody would sing. I'd be out in the field working, cultivating corn with a tractor, and I'd sing all day long. So my voice was really good.
Wait, Grandpa, can you sing me a song?
Oh, God.
I want a song.
Way down yonder in the Indian Nation, riding my pony on the reservation. How about that?
No, I want some more. I want some more. Wait, let's go over there. What's this over here? What's that little fence?
I don't know.
Old?
I don't know. It's just a rock.
Okay, wait. Can I have some more song? Can sing it one more time? I like it.
Well, there used to be a lot of old cowboy songs and a lot of songs that I used to think were great that Bing Crosby would sing and people like that. And some of these Western things were always interesting.
Sing me one. Sing me one.
Come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay, come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay. There's a, what the heck is it? I can't remember the words.
Okay.
There's a stray in the herd and the boss said, kill it, I hit him in the rump with the handle of a skillet. Come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay, come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay. Oh, there's bacon and beans most every day. I'd as soon be eating prairie hay. Come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay, come-a-tie-ya, yippee-yippee-yay. This is it. My mother had a lot of education, played the piano and sang and did all this stuff, and my father didn't. My father went to 3rd grade. No, I was born in that house. I don't know if you knew it, but that house was the first Welsh church in Wisconsin.
It was? No, I didn't know that.
And
Really?
it wasn't here, it was on Welsh Road about a half a mile up at the other end of this woodlot.
Yeah?
Just across that line fence
Really?
up there, and it was up there.
What the heck?
And my father and grandfather moved that building
Uh-huh.
down here and built the old farmhouse. I had 3 sisters that were all absolutely extroverts. You know, singing, dancing, operas, poetry. Kids on a farm started working as soon as they were able to pull a weed or cut a stalk of corn or something. By the time I was 6 years old, I was driving a tractor in the field. Well, I remember this poem from back on the farm when I was a little kid, but later on I found out that my second oldest sister, Gladys, was the one that really had written this. There's Alan Peter, baby boy, had a teddy for a toy. Every day he played with him until that teddy bear got thin and carried Alan Peter away with him. And then Alan Peter didn't care because he loved his teddy bear. And then the thing followed me, it seemed like, for years. And somebody was always calling me Alan Peter, baby boy. I was the only one in my class in school, so I had to sit in school every day, and the teachers loved it when I would entertain myself rather than bothering them. So I would do a lot of drawing. I went with my grandmother, and we bought these oil tinting paints at a paint store. So that's what I started doing oil paints with, and I can remember doing pictures on the farm of cows and things. Well, when I was in high school, I did an awful lot of stuff. Then one time I did a very serious piece for the background of a play. I did a painting that was 20 feet high of the Lincoln Memorial, and it was pretty much a replica of a photograph that I had. But everybody thought it was wonderful, and when the play ran its course at the school, they put it in the back, on the wall in the back of the auditorium, and it was there for 25 years, I think. When I was studying art in the depth of the city, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the classes, I enjoyed the work, I enjoyed the people. But I could not wait until weekends came when I could get out of town. We'd go to the parks, we'd go to the activities, we'd go to the beer bars and things like that. Back then, while I was going to art school in Layton, in Milwaukee, I was working here also as a sign painter. There is a beautiful park called Riverside Park. All kinds of activities go on there. They were having a horse show of all things out there. And Jackie came from Milwaukee with some friends that I knew.
From the girls'
that were
club.
living at the girls' club with her. And that's where I met Jackie at the horse show at Riverside Park.
And he stole my shoe, and you and your friend Dick Crane kept trying to take me out all the time. We used to walk from the girls' club to the movie theater, holding hands and walking in, and we'd try to sit through 2 movies because that's all we could afford to do. Well, he had to come out here every single weekend to help his father on the farm.
I didn't have the money to take a bus or something, so I would hitchhike. I did a lot of hitchhiking. So I'd hitchhike to Watertown. I'd get out there and somebody'd pick me up in town sometimes. But I would go home and I would work all weekend helping my father on the farm. And Sunday night I'd have to find a way to be going back into the city. But I hated the city. I hated the smell of the city. I hated the grimy, dirty look of things. And it was a lot grimier and dirtier than it is today. Well, I was at the ad agency and I was like 25 years old then. All of a sudden I get drafted for the Korean War. I remember finally after a day or so arriving at Fort Knox, middle of the night, 2 in the morning, and they had 1 sergeant. Because I was the oldest one in that 200 and some men, they made me a sergeant that night. And I went all through basic training, teaching marching, teaching bivouac out in the field and shooting and everything. Because I'd done a lot of all that stuff. Just before I got out of the Army, I got viral hepatitis, and I was in the hospital. And Sherry was like a year old then, and I remember her coming into the hospital, walking, carrying a birthday cake at 1 year old.
Why are the stars always winking and blinking above? What makes a fella start thinking of falling in love? It's not the sea.
The most interesting part of having a family, I guess, is having children, is teaching them and watching them grow up and do the things that you think are interesting. And I always liked the country. I liked hunting and fishing, and I guess I taught my sons how to do that. And Sherry used to come with us too. I would see these guys in these art studios sitting there hour after hour after hour, bending over a board, and I didn't want to spend that much time sitting on my duff for the rest of my life. So I started exploring the advertising world, and I ended up with an advertising agency as an art director. Yeah, those were good days. And of course, Jackie was always upset because I was gone all the time. She still talks like I was gone all the time. But I did work a lot, and I always say I averaged like 70 hours a week working. And if I wasn't working at the office or out of town, I was working, I'd come home and have dinner and then work till 2 in the morning and stuff. Yeah. So when people talk about work and success, you got to work hard at it. You got to spend the time, you got to put in your time. This guy right here is Jim Boyce. He was a writer that I worked a lot with, and he was an excellent creative guy. We were good friends, socially and business-wise. Worked together hand in glove every day. We made the agency tick. The reason that I got into doing as much photography as I did is because I had to work with photographers. I hired top drawer people. And the first thing I learned is that in order to make them respect me, I carried a camera. and I talked to them in their own language. I knew a lot about, I made it a point to learn a lot about shooting photos.
When we were younger growing up with him, I mean, he'd take us out on the boat, you know, and he'd let me sit on the front and the wind would be blowing in my face and my brothers and I would, he was teaching us how to fish, how to put the worm on the hook, and he had infinite patience. The lines would be all tangled up. I mean, remember we were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old and you'd have a boat load of kids, and basically his whole time was spent untangling things and getting, you know, lines out of the water and teaching us how to reel it in and whether, you know, it was a fish or a clump of seaweed, what to do with it. And he was just sort of a born teacher.
We'd drive around and we would sketch barns and trees and rural settings. Taught me how to do watercolors. Taught me how to look at a tree and understand it, look at it from the base down up to the very tip of all the little twigs on the top, how to study it and draw it.
And he just took his time. He said, you gotta just take it very slowly. It's weird to describe, but I mean, he's got the patience of a saint. But he's always been a very outdoorsman. Everything he's done, he's always done it right.
When I was a little bit older, around 14, my dad and mom bought land up in Crivitz to build a second home. My dad wanted to get away from it all, the advertising rat race. He thought we'd move up north on the weekends and have no telephone, nothing. It was fun. My dad was born with this architectural ability. He could envision a building, draw a picture of it, draft the plans, the floor plan, the sections, the elevations, everything. Never went to school for it, never studied it. And we all learned through osmosis how to build. You know, we were following along behind my father. My brother Mark, who passed away in 2002, developed my dad's love for the land and love for building, and he really received an understanding of how to build a structure from being right at my dad's side. You know, the whole process from beginning to end. So Mark was inspired to build his own log home, stripping the bark, milling the wood, all by his own hand. So we watched and helped my dad while he built the second home. And then my dad watched as Mark, you know, built his home and lent a hand. All three boys, Ross, Mark, and Scott, built the beautiful warming shacks on the land, on the acreage up there. And they created and groomed all the trails with my dad. He taught them how to do all those things. And watching my dad design and build probably put some of the impetus into me to go through 6 years of architectural school.
That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.
That's my grandfather. He gave me this camera. He's a really good photographer.
Where's Jeff Berry? Megan.
I don't know if I'm doing as good of a job as he could. Probably not. I just shot a tree.
Yeah, give him the band and tell him, okay, now don't do anything.
Definitely someone that you go to if you need a creative solution to something. Anything to do with, you know, art, photography. school projects. He was great with those, and that kind of thing. So I think the most important thing is we were just really lucky to have grown up with, first of all, knowing our grandparents, and second of all, being so close to them that we could spend lots of time together.
Cowboys ain't easy to love and they're harder to hold. They'd rather give you a song than diamonds or gold.
Probably like the first time I can remember really going up north with Grandpa. It was with Grandpa and Ross, and that was when Mark was up there. We spent the whole weekend cutting wood, helping Grandpa build the warm-up shack. I don't know if you've ever seen the warm-up shack. It's out in the middle of the woods. It's like a little cabin out in the woods. Helped him build that. Probably didn't really help him, probably got in his way. And built some bridges. Did some trout fishing. Just kind of hung out, and I remember I was so depressed when we came home. I did not want to come home. I wish the weekend would have lasted forever. Being with Grandpa, Ross, and Mark. It was just so much fun.
Even with someone they love.
Cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings.
Little warm puppies and children and girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes.
I like about my grandfather is that he tells a lot of stories, like about back then. He watches a lot of olden day stuff on TV. Like all these movies of like horses and stuff. Like back then on the farm.
It's impressive to see that, first of all, he can use a computer because not even my dad knows how to use a mouse.
He's always got to be busy doing something. If Grandpa didn't have a chore to do, he'd probably go nuts. Like when he's up at the cabin, all he does is work. But just always happy. Loves to show us, especially when I was a kid, to do stuff, explain to us.
My dad's attitude has always been, he's always been so optimistic. And he used to sit us down as a family and say, we've been so lucky as a family, as things go. We, have bread on the table, we have, no major illnesses, whatever. But he's always seemed to look on the really positive side, and be very, very optimistic and feel that we've been lucky as a family and that he's been lucky. Even though, we have had some family tragedies. But he keeps pretty upbeat.
You can do a lot of things, but and work hard at things, but you got to be a little bit lucky. I was always lucky to meet certain people, lucky to do this, lucky to do that.
He got his love for hunting from being on the farm. After being there, you can see they had the 160 acres, and that was country, and he'll always remain a country boy.
Wonderful feeling, wonderful day, plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
I can remember hunting cornfields over and over again, and driving pheasants down the line, and hunting with dogs, and all that sort of fun and games. Yeah, they always said, can't take the country out of a country boy or something.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
Back in the day, we didn't know this. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Grandpa, A, P, Z, and P.
Happy birthday
to you.
How
old are you? How old are you?
How old are you? How? Answer.
I'm 85. How old are you?
Caught up with me.
Am I supposed to blow on this?
Make a good wish. Parkinson's go away.
All right.
Grandpa, how are you enjoying that malt?
They're terrific. The last one I had was I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
It cost me 25 cents.
It's in Watertown, Wisconsin. And Watertown is the oldest town in Wisconsin.
Here's the Zoellick sausage.
You are?
Yes, yes, yes.
If there's anything left of it.
Come on, sir, so we get your picture in.
I don't think there's anybody around anymore.
Formula disappeared. I live in Brookfield.
Who the heck was the last one I had? I
Yeah,
think it was
there was-
Esky.
I live in Brookfield.
Okay.
Brookfield.
Right, yeah.
Do you have the hot
That's high quality hot dog right
How
there.
much are your hot dogs?
$5.59 a pound, you get about 10.
I want a pound. Would you like a pound?
We are at the gravesite of my grandma and grandpa's. My grandpa's mother and father are right here. Can you explain what these are, Grandpa?
The grave markers. My mother and father both died in the same year.
Yeah.
And one died on
One was on my birthday and one was on...
That is so weird.
Mama died on my birthday, January, and Papa died on his. And then Pete. Tell it what to explain here. Look at how nice and clear yours are. This is his sister Marion.
This is Grandpa. This is your sister.
You gotta find a place where you get water.
Don't need water.
I brought the bucket for it.
Clean off these so that they have a fresh look.
And I'll have to tell you that Grandma and Grandpa are looking down from heaven and saying thank you.
Sneak in here. Here we are.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. There you are. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Pete.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, sir. You're welcome.
Did we get a picture of it?
Blow out the candle, Grandpa.
We're going to here in just a second. Wait
No,
a second.
I meant when they were singing.
I did. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh my
Hold on, Mom. Smile.
Okay, ready? Come on.
Hold it.
2, 3,
Go.
Go.
2.
Blow it out.
And this is up that I shake.
Okay, blow it out.
Blow it out, Grandpa.
Blow it out.
Yeah.
She got 86 years of breath.
Dad, how old are you?
86.
86.
So 86 years ago today, you were born in a house.
In your house, right.
Yeah.
Now see, you remembered that.
And he was the only one in his 8th grade class.
Okay.
And he had a wonderful mom and dad.
Wonder what they looked like when they were older. I can't believe you guys don't have pictures of them when they were older.
I do have it. I never
ever seen me? Grandpa Pete's cut this all up in pieces.
Sure, they want a big pinky shoes.
Is that good, Grandma? Hi, Aunt Sherry. Merry Christmas. How you doing here? Hi, Aunt Sherry.
But the prettiest sight is
Everyone's opening their gifts.
thumbs up. Bells will start.
You gonna sing, Kim?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackie. Happy birthday to you.
I thank you. Now let's see, what's my wish gonna be?
Here you go. 87 years.
Yep.
Are you ready?
1, 2. Just
wow.
Like that. Just like that.
Did you see that? Man.
The candle was hot. I'm dumb me.
I don't know. Who touches a candle right after it's blown out?
I don't know. I did.
Are you okay?
Was that the smartest?
Don't pull that one either. It's going to drip on your finger.
No, it won't.
Hi, Grandpa.
You're off in the movie world, huh?
Yeah.
I can't wait, though, until he shows me we can go down. I want him to...
Okay, it is my dad's birthday today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What, is it your 47th?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're heading out to Watertown, but this year, it's a whole new year. Going out there, we're gonna eat lunch right now. Then we're gonna go out to my grandpa's farm, right? And then we're gonna go to Mullins for a malt like we did last year. So yeah, again, if you guys want to see the one last year, I can put the link in the description. So, yeah, see you guys later. Okay, we are arriving for lunch right now, right?
Yes, we are.
It's my dad's birthday. Right, Grandpa? It's my dad's birthday. Grandpa, how's that sandwich?
Yeah, that's great. That's all
We got a schedule going on here. Watertown. We might stop at Mullins like you saw last video of last year. We got a mall. So yeah, that's pretty much the day. And then after this, I gotta go to a driver's ed class for the final day and take a test. And then we're gonna go to Ebenezer, is it called? Albanesee's in Waukesha, Wisconsin for my dad's birthday dinner. So yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see all that. So we'll see you later.
I think I should go back and ask that guy to ride a lawnmower.
Just hell with this whole thing.
Hey, will you guys both settle down now? Hey, who's the U-boat commander here driving?
It's his birthday. It's my dad's birthday. Let him do it.
I'm going to take the cemetery.
Oh,
okay, we found Ebenezer Cemetery. It's at the top of the hill, like that guy just said.
We'll find it. We're not leaving till we find it.
We're not leaving anywhere. I don't care how long it takes. I
should have asked Donnie, where is it in the cemetery?
Hey, is it going to say Zoellick on the next one? No. Cameron, you take the left side, I'm taking the right.
Okay, we go. Grandpa? Grandpa? Do you remember at any point, I'm saying, do you remember anything from being here when you were younger?
Yeah, it was a very emotional ceremony. Military funeral. They played taps and had the military.
Right here?
Shoot over the grave.
Were there many grave sites here when he died, when you guys were here, or no? Oh.
Right there.
What makes a lady of 80 go out on the loose
Why does a gander meander in search of a goose? What puts the kick in a chicken, the magic in June? It's just Elmer's tune. Listen, listen, there's a lot you're liable to be missing. Singing, swinging, any old way and any old time. The hurdy-gurdy, the birdie, the cop on the beat, the candy maker, the baker, the man on the street, the city charmer, the farmer, the man in the moon, all sing Elmer's tune. The birdies, the cop on the beat.
Yeah, we're here. Stand by. I'm gonna lower the vehicle. Or my grandma's friend, Jean Ann's house.
The man in the moon. All sing Elmer's tune. They all sing Elmer's tune.
Oh, here we are. Another year.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. No, we were looking for Ebenezer Cemetery where his brother is buried. And that's where we just came from. We've overstayed our time in Watertown looking for that.
Oh, we found it. We weren't leaving until we found it. This is north coming up right here.
Listen,
This is north right here. See my compass?
there's a lot
one on your
liable
phone.
to be missing.
We're just wasting like 2 minutes right there. Northeast
At this moment.
We just wasted 2 minutes. Precious minutes.
The hurdy-gurdies, the birdies, the cop on the beat, the candy
Coming up.
maker, the
Hey, where are they going?
baker, the man on
They
the
can't leave.
Just got a bad
There
day.
you go, Kim.
Here's the farm.
Can we grill out on the grill over?
I helped Dad do.
Look at the flowers.
Hey, the apple tree's gone.
The apple tree is gone. It's right there.
Why'd they knock it down?
the city charmer,
Dad
the
said we're supposed to
farmer,
knock
the
ours
man
down
in
and
the
it's dead.
moon.
Guess you can leave a dead tree up. Here we go.
That's all.
How you doing? Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How's your back doing?
You're in that farm for good, right? It gets along good for quite a while once you get to catch it.
Grandma and Grandpa's parents. I mean, my grandpa's parents. Siri doesn't shut up. And here's my grandpa's grandmother, who's actually in the cemetery.
We should have stayed straight where he was going right across from my book.
Weaving and bobbing. Should be up here.
Over a year. Okay, we're back here in 2014. Dad's doing the same thing he did last year. Stayed pretty clean over a year, but we still got the cleaner. Hey, Grandma, were you at this funeral here?
And blinking above, what makes a fella start thinking of falling in love? It's not the
What was it like here back then?
reason, it's plain as the moon. It's just Elmer's tune. What makes a lady of 80 go out on the loose?
There are people
Why
all
does
around
a
here, I bet.
gander meander in search of a goose? What puts the charmer, the farmer, the man in the moon?
Cam, you want to run across? I'll
Sing Elmer's
Yeah.
That's in the back seat.
Oh, right, guys?
the man in the moon.
This is the main reason why we wanted to come out here, I bet. Just to
twinkling and blinking above. What makes a fella start thinking of falling in
Yeah.
love? It's not the season, the reason is plain as the moon. It's just Elmer's
Stand back so you can get the real thing.
What makes a lady of 80 go out on the loose? Why does a gander meander in search of a goose? What puts the kick in a chicken? The
Grandpa died on Dad's birthday. Mother died.
Listen, listen. There's a lot you're liable to be missing. Sing it, swing it.
9 months apart.
See, I was right then. You told me you were 67. I told you you were 65.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah.
The cop on the beat, the candy maker, the baker, the man on the street, the city charmer, the farmer, the man in the moon.
At Bob's spots.
I'll sing Elmer's tune.
Okay, but he was a very funny, loving man. Now Ferns is over here.
Go to Fence Meat Market.
Going to Fence Meat Market.
Remember this from last year?
Don't make it 20 minutes.
The city charmer, the farmer, the man in the moon. I'll sing Elmer's tune.
Yeah, remember, that's high quality hot dog right there.
$6.95.
Grandpa, Fence Meat Market. You were here as a kid, right?
Coming here for 50 years.
And he was your owner. Oh, your uncle. I've never heard of Bill Zoellick. Never. You've never told me anything about Bill Zoellick.
He lived down on Silver Creek.
This place is still there. Yeah, still got the smoke on this. No, he didn't last too long. Well, actually, you can give anybody the recipe if they don't know what they're doing. When you cook them in water, bring the water to a boil.
The city charmer, the farmer, the man in the moon. I'll sing Elmer.
So, tell me about this dream you had last night.
I had a wild dream. I was telling Sherry about it this morning. It was one of those things that's so believable that you start acting it out physically. The dream took place up in Crivitz. And there was this unusual guy that was visiting us in a cabin up there. And I recognized him, but I didn't know what his name was. And he was pretty much like an old-time expert on everything. Like John Ullerick would be when it wasn't John Ullerick.
Yeah?
He had wild gray hair, not real long, sticking up all over, wrinkles on his face. And if you had seen him, you would have probably recognized him as some celebrity somewhere, but I couldn't remember who he was.
Uh-huh.
And he started asking me questions about, do you see a lot of deer up here and stuff like that? So I said, yes, you see quite a few deer, and it depends on what time of year it is and all that sort of thing. And I said, there's a lot of other animals up here, of course. We got raccoons and we got all kinds of things. He said, well, you got any bear up here? And I said, yeah, we get a lot of bear. But unbelievably, you don't get to see them very often. I've been living up here off and on for 50 years, and I have yet to see a bear in front of me more than 3 times in 50 years. So you can tell what kind of deal you got cooking. If you want to really see a bear, you can wait a hell of a long time to see one. So as the conversation went on, somebody opened the door and then didn't close it completely. I'm looking out the crack in the door, and off in the woods I saw a bear. At least I thought I did. And I started telling this guy, if you want to see a bear, don't question me now, just go right to this door and peek out the crack in the door and look towards that big pine over there. And there's a bear out there. He's quite a ways away, but he was coming this way. So the guy goes to the door and he's looking out there, and I went looking out there also. And as he kept coming closer, I didn't see him too clearly because there was a lot of brush, but when I could see him again, I couldn't tell where he was. Whatever it was very furry, and it looked like a blonde animal, like the bear that I have on the wall up there that was shot up in Saskatchewan, or the bull, I mean. And as he came closer, I started getting kind of antsy because I didn't know what it was, and it turned out it was like a yeti, like a half man, half bear. So it got me shook up a little bit, and I remember that David had talked about seeing this yeti. Only I wasn't calling him a yeti, I was calling him a youper. A youper, which is what they call the Upper Peninsula people. That was a mistake of mine, of course. But as the closer he came, the faster he was coming at me. And he got out 50 feet from me, and he was coming like a rocket. So I was sure he was going to just charge me and hit me. But when he got to me, he came to a screeching halt. And it was a very pleasant-looking bear. It wasn't a bear, it was a yeti type thing that you read a lot about in the papers, and people believe they exist. And he was very friendly. He started smiling at me. He said, "You don't remember me, do you? Your nephew David been teaching me all sorts of things." So everybody is laughing. Here's this formidable looking wild animal that turns out to be a patsy type, very similar to a friendly little bear. And we were all scared to death. And the guy that had asked me about bears was in the bedroom already, locking the door. And then I tried to get a hold of David, and this animal came in the building, into the house, and sat down on the sofa next to me. But it was when the yeti started charging like he was going really fast, coming right at me, that I got up and I started to ramble. Afraid he was going to hit me real hard. When he got to me, he didn't make a move to bump into me even. He just did it very quietly. Everybody laughed. There were 2 or 3 other people there. I don't remember who they were. But everybody was drinking wine and beer, and I thought, well, maybe we just imagined all this stuff. But when your mother screamed at me, I was instantly aware of the fact that I was dreaming and that I was going to fall on my face if I didn't stop. So I stopped and woke up. Your mother started giving me the business because I was reminding me of what happened the last time I had a dream like that. I jumped up and tried to run or something, and I fell down and banged my head and got a lump. But this time it didn't hurt me at all. It was an interesting experience for the people that were happened to be there. Then I started thinking, well, it's obviously all everybody's imagination because it really didn't happen. That's the story of the Yeti of Crivitz. That's about it, boss.
Hey, Grandpa, is it your 87th birthday today?
Yep, today's the day.
Pepinos. Best pizza ever.
So, Kim, stop.
What are you getting? Thinking?
What are you gonna get?
Thinking about Alfredo.
Alfredo?
No Alfredo for you.
The chicken Alfredo? Or just the regular Alfredo?
With the shrimp in it?
Oh, the shrimp. Today we have, I believe, Italian meatball. Yes.
The salad.
What kind of dressing? We actually do not have blue cheese.
Yeah.
We have ranch, that was an island cracked pepper parmesan, French, Italian, or we have like the balsamic vinegar.
I'll try the parmesan.
Yeah, I got the correct. Happy birthday.
Grandpa, how does it feel to be 87 years old?
Boy, I did when I was 19.
Really?
17.
What was your favorite decade of your life so far, like, in terms of one decade that you've lived? Any particular favorite year or something? Any
20s.
20s, really? You're only in the 20s for 2 years. You're only in the 20s for 2 years, from 19.
When you got married?
Yeah, well, is it when you met Grandma? Is that your favorite year? Oh. Grandpa's eating his birthday ice cream. Grandpa's eating his birthday ice cream. Birthday ice cream.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Buddy?
No thanks. Yeah, we're had a good dinner. Grandpa, did you have a good dinner for your birthday?
Excellent.
Good job.
That's an interesting.
Who's closer?
Same one, yeah. I'll get it. Stove's new. What we want to do, we're going to have to cut it down.
What is that? Put up.
And you don't have to hurry with it.
So,
seriously.
What's the name?
Big difference.
Very natural.
Grandpa, do you like this place? How it looks and everything?
Microwave.
What do you want me to do?
No, doesn't this place look nice? I don't think it's so. Yeah.
If I sit down, I won't be able to get up.
I don't know, have a seat.
You see the way her kitchen is? With the stainless.
I had to put you come in there with a giant.
Thanks. In the front hall.
Yeah, I'm wearing a coat.
We do.
Sarah. Grandpa. My cousin Sarah.
Well, my dad told me this, and my dad told me this, and my dad told me the font should be like this. She always says, like,
It's his beard. It's his beard.
shouldn't they be in here?
But I really like the new floors. Is that? Oh, thank you.
I know, but this He could. I guess he could.
Something could happen. I
Hi,
mean,
Grandpa.
don't
He
go.
just got divorced.
My family.
Yeah, she's like quietly. Don't like try to recreate the sweet things. Why is that? Yeah, because it's too hard to repeat them. Oh, that's easier to go back to.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Yes.
Hi guys.
How are you?
You guys just
Down right now.
Oh, Grandpa.
What do you want, gravy on?
Hi there.
Just on the table.
Yeah.
They used to be diamond here. They went into
Just having a good time.
that would be one of their
Grandma and
You know, they have what
Grandpa.
they call a club room where you sign up and you can and they were gonna have.
Grandma.
I'm shaking turkey here.
Oh, I don't see that.
Grandma. How do you like your turkey?
Delicious.
Are those candy?
Grandma and Grandpa. Hey, Sherry. We're going to get something to eat now. Okay, we're all enjoying our meals. Hi, Grandpa. It's Christmas time.
It is, really.
Yeah, Christmas Day. Okay, we're just about to open it. Yeah?
awesome, or just some like spare napkin. This is very nice. Thank you.
Grandma Jack.
When you miss,
It's in my car, but it isn't this small.
Sherry and stuff. Sorry. Grandpa, what is it? What did you open? What is that?
She never mentioned it. She doesn't even know.
Flawless? Ooh. Cowboys.
No, I was just saying it's.
Let's go.
You need to wear those.
There we go.
That's Parkside.
How do you put it on? How do you wear it?
Swimsuit
wraps too, like a tie,
Grandpa, did you like your presents so far? Yeah.
Predictable. I mean, run, and they
No.
Melted milk balls.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think I'd hate to see you miss that.
I didn't know if those were gonna be good or not.
In the big tent compared
It'd
to
be-
the central team that happens.
Oh, it's got cock. I think I left mine over here.
Hey, you can keep that right at my house.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, you got
Hold it up, Kim.
This is, I already
Turn it
had
around
this.
and hold it up.
I already had this.
He and I used to play that.
Yeah, look at the box. It's the old one that I had that I left here.
6 and 6.
In a okay. Okay, this is from Uncle Jerry and Aunt Sherry. Oh wait, this is you. Stop it.
Let them come by here.
The driver's here.
let's go.
Come on, Grandma. Let's
You
go.
guys ready?
Grandpa, you ready to go to NYC or not? Internet Mitchell International.
Everybody out, single file.
Gotta get out and get my grandma and grandpa's wheelchairs. So we're here at Mitchell International. Got off our shuttle. Our flight leaves at 9 o'clock, and we'll talk to you. Grandma and grandpa are in their wheelchairs.
Okay. So, I think it makes a difference.
They're being in their. Okay, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Okay. Grandpa. Grandpa's getting checked in over there.
You're just gonna stay in the chair.
And yeah, so it's empty here. It's in the morning, and so yeah, got checked in. We're good. Hey, Grandpa, you good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
No straw.
Look at Dad. My dad. Grandma and Grandpa behind here.
Here we go.
Yeah, he does.
How can I help you? Okay, want to swing around?
Come on, Grandpa.
His big down there?
No, setting the.
It's about 85 mile an hour tailwind, and we'll be cruising at 37,000 feet.
Look at Grandma's face.
Latest LaGuardia.
Grandma and Grandpa. My dad's mom and dad.
Candy maker, the the baker, the man on the birdies, the cop on the beat, the baker and the man on the
Well, we're going to Mullins now. It's a really old ice cream place, so we're going to be meeting this. Grandpa, when we go to Mullins today at 2 p.m.,
I can't wait till then.
yeah, it's an ice cream place, but their food there recently, I mean, it's not that good. But what did they sell there before this people like bought it? Like, what did they sell?
Probably a lot of the same stuff.
Really? Food-wise?
What did they have when you were a kid?
I never ate out. Never had money to buy a restaurant.
What?
All I was managing was enough for a mall.
But what did they sell though? Like the burgers and everything? Then?
Milk, right? Malt milk.
Very limited
food. Very limited sandwiches.
Soup.
Soup, yeah. Grandma.
You get $1 if you're correct. How many gallons are going to go in?
259.
26 gallons?
30.
30 gallons?
27.
All right, I'm going to say 22.5.
Well, he obviously might know the answer already.
30 is too much.
Loading it up.
So yeah. Hey, Grandma.
Texas.
No, I've never heard of the King Ranch.
Well, there is one. It's a gigantic thing. And the people that live there, the King family.
All right, we're playing the guessing game, and this is going to be, I'm saying place an antenna on this car. Did you go through the car wash and forget to put it out? It's easy to do, isn't it? It's happened to me a couple times. When do I stop?
First stop. Okay, we got into Watertown. We
Oh, she does it.
we gotta readjust the schedule a little, so we're a little early. Computer's the best thing when you're bored. That's what I do. I'm trying to make a career out of it.
So how's Kathy doing? Busy.
Yeah.
What about the kids now? Where are they? Is he in college or? What? Walk it on. Just having a great big
So what do you mean?
look there. Learn my price range.
She asked me the cheaper level stuff.
Yeah.
Look on conditions. Any of the McKee's artifacts in there?
Any McKee's artifacts? He said? Not really. Such a nice
Jim used to have a lot of stuff.
Did you build this house?
No, we haven't been out to the cemetery yet. Yeah.
We got Mullins.
Kind of going in reverse schedule.
That's why I said I know I told you later, but
We'll be going there later.
I'll go there after we get hot dogs. Pardon? Across.
Yeah, we'll see you guys when we get into Mullins. Bye. We're at Mullins.
We don't want to go west.
You have to go east.
We don't want to go west.
You have to go east.
Okay, we're here at Oak Hill Cemetery. Hey, Grandma and Grandpa. World War II veteran. So you are, Grandpa? You're a World War II veteran? No, he is. That's here trying to get this thing in.
Yeah.
World War
2003.
So
Yes, it is.
60th, and they're focused on the screen.
Because Garrett's not coming. They used to. They took it out and they removed it anyway.
Yeah, I love
That store, like most of my shoes, most of my clothes.
Yeah, she
Have you
made
do that
shoes.
store? I love that stuff. But no, whenever they come out, I can go in there.
For me.
They're not really.
No, but I don't know they made that. I don't think they have them here. But I like the.
So-
Anyways, they look comfy.
Yeah. Post now, so. And I also have one that Sarah emailed, and I have one that Rachel emailed.
Wow. Cool.
Which is sweet. So I want to be sure you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yes, because I can tell there's another party going on in there. Okay. Mom and Dad, I'm grateful for all that both of you have done to care for me since I was born. I'm grateful for all the experiences that we had as kids growing up. Visits to Escanaba, the Watertown farm, building the Brookfield home. I remember playing in the construction site, the Crivitz cabin, and all the roofs that you've provided, especially that of your hearts. It's been a life of Dad teaching me to put a wiggling worm on a fish hook, untangling our fishing lines with all that patience, standing in streams with hip boots on at dawn, sitting at the prow of a motorboat with the wind blowing my hair back, learning how to manage our own plot of green beans and tomato vines in our big family garden. Mom showing me how to plant flowers and pick back begonias, transplant sedums and lilies of the valley, and assisting with homework and running a brownie troop. Thank you for all your patience through grade school, the teen years, my marriages, and for all the love you've given to Sarah. All the love you've given to Sarah, our daughter. And Sarah has sent her own toast to both of you, which I'm going to read right now. This is Sarah's toast. My dearest grandparents, it was amazing having you at our wedding this past May, not only because you are my grandparents and I love you, and I know it was a difficult journey for you both to get there, but also because you represent a solid, beautiful, and long-time committed partnership.
This is for you on the occasion of your 65th wedding anniversary.
Well, you're not going to try to put it on.
Okay, just one moment, please.
All right.
You know how when Jackie walks in the door, I now
no, she's going to give one to Loris.
No, I do
donation.
have something here. Since you are such important people and stay here at the Pfister Hotel, we do have our veterans that need all of you. And I have, would you please go and ask them for a gift certificate?
Now? Right at this moment?
Well, he's gonna miss the celebration.
But before I leave, I would like a gift certificate for our veterans, just like we got at VF Chain and Thank you so much.
There's a celebration now, baby.
Now you better open this up, Jackie. This is
I'm
just for
afraid
you.
to, because I know it's going to be
This is just for you, Jackie.
something to
And you
do.
should show everybody else what I got for you.
It's going to have to do with the Bears.
Hey, no, you should play the theme song.
You could do. She's looking at
Yeah. Go ahead, sing it, Jerry.
Hold it up for everybody.
Sing it. Chicago.
Hold it up.
How about the Bears?
Let's see. Okay, let's see what you got there.
Stop there.
Ready? Say it again.
But it's funny. It's funny that it's the alternate logo though.
Stand up and say thank you to Sharon.
Okay. Remember, Grandma, you're on camera, so you gotta watch what you say.
He got offered a job
Grandpa,
in
how was
Jersey,
your
too.
boiger?
But
got offered the CFO
How was your what?
Boiger.
Wait, is that
How was your boiler?
That's how someone from that's how someone from on the East Coast would say
he
it.
turned.
Did you have a burger too?
Turn the one in Jersey.
I know. I had a boiger with
He's gonna bring yours
They
back.
didn't offer him enough
Why
to
don't you
make
just
one.
give it
I
to
mean,
Scott then?
It's a higher,
Come on.
higher standard of living. Yeah.
I said
Grandma and Grandpa Pete and Grandma Jackie and yeah.
thank you very much.
I wanted to say.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
Adorable.
Oh my God! Look how cute you guys are.
Seriously,
always. Determined. You're not gonna get him out of it.
Oh, I kept your napkin.
Why are you guys so
She's
cute?
throwing in the
towel. No, don't do it. Keep going.
I want to take one of those and wrap up your cake.
No, I don't.
We can put it in a bag, Jeff.
Oh, look at you guys. Aw. You're like little
Would you
babies.
please sit down and eat your cake?
No. We're getting our table. Hi, Pete.
Can you go in more?
Grandpa Pete's. Is it your birthday? It's your 88th?
Mine's
Look fabulous.
No, Grandpa's drinking.
What you're ordering?
He didn't do it all. I thought
Recycle.
Scott and Bob Unger.
giant deer on South Twin Island. It had hoof prints like a Holstein cow. It had horns and they were all little tiny stickers.
And this was up
Covered
in the
with
Apostle
welded
Islands?
courthouses, everything. It was absolutely amazing. And it was this big clearing on last Apostle Island.
Apostle Island.
It was the main one that still has the ferry.
88! I had a busy night tonight. Yeah. It's done. We better roll these out. Happy 88th birthday! Look at me, I've got frosting on it. Alright, let's sing.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pete. Happy birthday to you. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. Woohoo! Wow, good cry. Oh my gosh. This
Grandpa,
is great.
stop.
Oh, ice cream? Yeah, do it. Oh, that's wonderful.
How many different groups do you have?
Oh man.
This could be a little while.
This came from last month.
25 seconds.
I've never had a kidney infection. I always get it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 40 seconds.
And I knew when I woke up next morning and I thought I had called my prescription and said, so let's go. And let's go. And then I said,
50 seconds.
because I usually take
The candle is almost.
I'm good. I said by tomato juice. I got sicker as the day.
A minute.
And I did, I went in for a CAT scan because they were afraid that my kidney stones, they were afraid that I might have anything.
Minute 10.
Appendicitis, because I was in so much pain. So, went to the hospital.
Minute 15.
Happy birthday, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandma.
Happy birthday to you.
Look at your face. You look like a little kid.
Yeah, I'll keep it for a while longer.
Well, you gotta blow the candle out.
I know.
It's gonna get burned. Oh my God! Did you see that? You didn't see it.
It's a secret.
Here's the menu.
I'm going to have this last one.
Okay, what's the special?
My grandpa's birthday is on September 1st.
Is it cheese ravioli? This table?
We got the same thing. If I ate 1/3 of that, it would be.
And I can do mushrooms for him if he'd like.
About you and Grandpa. Grandpa, are you paying attention?
My what?
Are you paying attention?
Pay attention to me.
His 89th birthday. That you spent 65 of those birthdays with.
You'd think I'd be used to them by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, but next year, okay, we just got our food. Before our dinners come. Grandpa got soup. Like hardly at all away. We live only. Grandpa, are you enjoying your soup?
I mean, it's cheaper than what they quoted.
Oh, yeah.
$470. I already paid.
Here, Grandpa, what's up? Grandpa, tell me something. Say something.
You want me to say something?
There, you just said something. Thank you.
The soup was very good.
Oh, you already had said something before that, but thanks.
It's funny soup.
A little easier. It's just one, split into two. I know, I get that reaction a lot. Yep.
Yes.
Exactly what you wanted. Mushrooms and meat sauce.
Another little thing. Very much.
Blue cheese.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crumble?
Just the crumbles?
Grandpa's having lasagna with mushrooms. Or ravioli. Ravioli with mushrooms. Grandpa, do you want me to tell Grandma to give you some more?
We went to when I gave
Yeah, you're her son. Share food. Grandpa's drinking his little coffee creamer. Yeah.
Absolutely, I'll bring some more decaf over.
Grandpa,
I love that.
use some muscle.
I love carrot cake.
Hey, Grandpa.
In combination with TZ, thiazolidinediones may cause serious
talking.
No, it's okay. I got him right here. There we go. Hey, Grandpa, they said, can you share that with them? Can you mail them some of that? Look at him smile. Look at him married for 65 years, and look at you guys. You guys are still in your little chairs. It's like having a surveillance camera.
Don't talk so much and we can go out and put up my...
Oh yeah. Then I'll take you guys outside and I'll show you how I put. I'll show you guys how I hang. Yeah. Look at them. Look at them.
Do they ever tell you what they're doing?
Yeah. I can ask them what they're doing.
Do you ever see their parents?
No.
Well, how come you show them? Do you ever see your grandparents?
No.
Well, you better.
Look at them. Look how cute they are. Oh. This is Manabe's dream right here. Watching this. They're adorable. They're adorable.
Well, ladies and Mr. Kraft, of course, with your help.
Grandma's reading her regular paper that we never read anymore because we have a.
You can phone us, sir. Thank you very much.
My grandpa's enjoying some old westerns.
What are we advertising for? Some oil?
Do you need mulch? Peanuts the same day delivery.
No need to be so shy, dear. There's nothing wrong in advertising in the matrimonial journal.
Where's that from?
There, Mr. Maverick.
Oh, no?
Great Escape.
Oh, of course.
Landscaping
So much to
service.
sell. There's very advertising.
Never seen a man in this.
I've never heard of all. I can tell you that.
Look how cute they are.
That wasn't bad, was it?
It says carne asada tacos from the streets of Mexico. We can do that next Monday.
Aww, you guys are going there together?
You gonna come with us?
No, it's only for the bride and groom that have been married for 65 years and you guys.
I'm asking you if you like, if we go on Monday. I don't know.
Wait, where?
Every man's life.
I got it. You know what's funny? My dad been like 2 weeks. She's dead. They know it's exactly what it was. No, but that was 2 years. It was actually 2 years ago. What? You painted it? Oh yeah, I remember Grandpa being out here. Now it's just like this. You guys need a tarp to put over your deck. In a tarp. You don't even go out here in the wintertime anyways, like they cook burgers. Hands on the ground, hands on the ground. Hi there. Grandma loves organizing her flowers. Well, I just want to You know, you guys stop getting humor. I swear to God. I swear. I got it. Yes, it is. Look at that. That's goals right there. 60-60. Maggianos. I got my. So this is. It is for like when she got ravioli to take home. And you got primavera with the eggplant to take home. Aw, look at Grandpa! I'm making a video of this. I'm almost done. Quick! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday. Quick, Grandpa, blow it out. Quick. Grandpa, blow it out. Blow it out. Quick. Blow it. Grandpa, blow out. I'm running out of battery.
It's the moment.
Hold on. Come on, I swear to God, I'm running out of battery. Just blow it.
Wait a second.
You ready to blow it out?
Yes, go.
Here it goes. 1, 2, 3, blow.
Yeah. Here we go. 1 minute.
Jump off the building?
No. 1. New Year. 2017, guys. 2017. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
They never. That's New Orleans, New York City. So yeah. New Year. New Year. You have done so much for me. You've helped me financially, took care of me when I was young, always allowed me to come over if I ever needed family to be around. Always was there to put food on the table. Always there to care about how my days have been going on. Always want the best for me and always were there for me. I remember whenever I'd leave your house to drive home,
and you and I would always laugh that I'd leave something behind, such as headphones, or a phone, or a laptop, or a charger, or my glasses, or my wallet. So, yeah. Yeah.
Or your what you call it that you.
So you left it there purposely so that you'd have a reason to go back?
No. I never would do that.
He was always welcome.
Yeah. There's Grandpa. There's Grandma. Father's Day 2017. Nice day out. So we are here. Uncle Scott, Grandpa Pete, Grandma Jessie. Uncle Scott's having Yep.
Is he coming in?
Need any? Here's Grandpa. So we got two more coming. Let's go back to Grandpa. Go into our table.
This is what you want on your. Can I get you around? No, I'm just gonna sit for a bit, have some coffee. I'm gonna kind of sit here.
There's Dad, Grandma.
Here we have my Aunt Sherry, about to give her toast to my Grandpa Pete. My Uncle Jerry is to her left, and my Grandma is to his left. And my aunt is my dad's sister. And this is at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There's my dad right there, and then my Uncle Scott is to my grandpa's left.
You can raise your glasses after I...
Here's a salad fork for you too.
I'll
be right back in.
Okay, all right. Dad, listen, I'm gonna say, Jerry and I are so happy to be here to celebrate your 90th birthday with you, and my heart is filled with love for you. I'm aware of what each day must bring for you, dealing with your Parkinson's situation, and I think you're a trooper, and you keep on keeping on. When I'm there, you're mowing the lawn, caring for your two homes, and doing a bit of driving. Everyone else that I meet that's your age is like in assisted living, you know, it's like, but it's, you've been a really big role model for all of us, for all of your kids, and for all of us to continue moving forward and contributing each day through each of our own adversities. And you and Mom are still my secure foundation. After your illustrious advertising career as a VP, creative director, designing many outstanding, innovative campaigns for a variety of major clients in boating, airline, and manufacturing industries, then you were there to guide us, especially me, with my late life reinvented art career, critiquing my artworks, critiquing my art books, giving me marketing strategies, giving me marketing strategies and how to word my text in my books. You've helped me with every single thing that I've been doing over the past few years. And I know you helped Scott with a lot of stuff. I've always felt sheltered by your caring, and you've always been there for each of your kids, for all of us. And like a lighthouse, you know? And I wish you more contented and healthy years. I'm gonna close with this quote. A father is neither an anchor to hold us back, nor a sail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. I'm grateful for all of your guidance over the years. Happy 90th. Love
Wow.
me. But it was really little, so small. Like those.
Oh, look at the little.
Could you hear me? Could you hear me? Could you hear it? Okay, because I'll print it out.
I didn't know I was that good.
Well, you were good. You know.
Sure.
Grandpa, you're really rare. Who else would have invented the sip top before anybody?
These are fantastic.
Oh, hi, that's right. We met you the other night.
Yes. How are you tonight?
All done things that are noteworthy.
And each so different.
And I hope it goes on forever.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long my art career is going to go on because
When
my
you get to be
babysitting.
90, you wonder what's ahead.
Lots of babysitting
But
for me.
you know something, the most important thing my daddy did in a long, long time was at that restaurant and bar introducing you to this guy.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't probably know Uncle Jerry without Grandpa.
So now your son-in-law is going to make some remarks to you, okay?
Can you hear
Now
me?
your son-in-law is going to make some observations about
Oh God.
being
Oh.
90. So one of the things that I've been benefiting from over the years is your creativity. I know you graduated from the Layton School of Art, but you were always ahead of your time. When you looked at a photograph or a layout or a color scheme, you were always way ahead of your contemporaries. You always saw, you had a vision which came naturally to you. So you were a very discerning eye and a creativity which wasn't something you learned. You may have refined it through learning, but you had it.
You're
You had
born
from the
with
very
it.
beginning. So the first word that comes to my mind when I think about you is creative. The second words are love and loyalty. I didn't know Fern and I didn't know Jean very much, but I'm glad you married them. And I remember as they were failing, all the trials and tribulations that both of you went through with them, taking care of their books, looking after them. I mean, it went on and on forever. And you just knew you had to do it. It was your job to do it. And you did it. And that was really a lesson in compassion and love to me. The third of the four things is curiosity. You're curious about everything. You always have been. You're curious about how things work. You're curious about the weather. You're curious about history. You're curious about mechanical things. You've always had a curiosity. It hasn't waned. It stayed the same all through the years. And then finally, the fourth word is strength and perseverance. You know, every family goes through dysfunction. We all have our own problems. Sherry, Ross, Scott, myself, Jackie. But you're steady at the helm. You know that's what life is. And you just don't get flappable by it. You just take it as it comes and you deal with it. And so those are the marks of greatness. And I never tell you this, but I really learned a lot from you. I really have. No, truthfully.
Well, I appreciate you. And I'm flattered by you. And one of the things that I could say is that when we frequently talk about creativity and talk to Scott about it, and talk to Jackie about it, I talk to Ross about it, and he's working on things now. And I think, as I've said this often, but as recently as last night, I think I said, talking to Ross about his card and
The logo.
stuff, I said, there is a sense of creativity that some people have, and they follow their nose in it, and how you did it, I don't know, but I always use you and Jackie's brother Bob as two of the people that carried it into, I wouldn't say extreme, but much farther than anybody else I ever know. And what I mean by that is you have made it a point to find the creative people that could help you because you knew you had a sense about what good creative work is.
True.
It does. Wow.
And I think it goes back to your knowledge of sculpture, your sculpture gardens, the pictures that you hang on your wall, and when you did your literature for your companies, I was always very impressed with how you did it.
Vignale.
In the sense that you had in knowing where to go and who to talk to, and you only know that by having an interest in it and
good
following
taste.
it up. I know that few people like you that have done this and have gone out of their way to go to New York and meet, by hook or crook, meet the top creative people in
It's true, Jerry. I never thought about it. I never thought of that.
There are a
FGIC
few others
logo.
like that.
Okay, but this is about
When you have the sense about knowing that you want to do it, it's one thing, and doing it is something else. But knowing that it is an integral part of doing a good job of just about anything, I think it has something to do with your general success in that.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's
Thank you.
about you.
I know I was always impressed with Jackie's brother.
Yeah.
The people that he knew.
I didn't realize that.
He took
But
my mother to visit the
he didn't
Pope.
just
Well, that I
read
know.
about them.
Oh, yeah.
He was-
Right,
made a
right.
point to go to them.
Right,
Find his
right.
way to them one way or another. So he would know them firsthand.
Interesting.
Anyway,
indeed.
that's enough of that.
No, it's very interesting. I didn't know that about Bob. I hadn't even thought about him that way. But
And he's the one that I think of young people in working. He held down before he went to school 3 paper routes in Escanaba. It's a small town.
Right.
But everybody couldn't believe it. They had their papers on time. And
probably got up at 5 o'clock in the morning
Oh,
before
yeah.
school.
Well, for a paper route, you have to.
You had 3 of them though. No.
I remember those paper boys.
I think what Pete was talking about though is this knack for creativity.
Right.
Over and above his working as a paper route. It's about the way he thought. The way he thought.
To find the key people that could bring the vision
Can I have
forward.
more of that sauce, please?
Mom, do you
Well,
want
that
another
one,
cheese?
that was a full one over there. This one's pretty much gone.
Good job, Grandpa.
Grandma wants the little dish of the,
Good job.
Of what?
there's like a butter.
Oh, I didn't know it was in there. I didn't even see it.
Oh, she saw it. I'll just take a little bit and give it back to
Terrible.
you.
I gotta turn it up because you kind of can't hear Sarah. So me.
I don't know. It's just a rock.
Sing one.
Come the time of the day.
Oh.
Oh, there's bacon and beans most every day. I'd soon be eating prairie hay. Come tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Went to 3rd grade. I was armed when I was a little kid, but
Well, that's got
later until that teddy bear got thin. School every day, and the teachers loved it when I would.
So I'm not supposed to finish with you. I'm gonna grab you a little jam cloth there. I'll be right back with that right away.
Halibut. Grandpa got the salmon. Grandma got it. Uncle Scott got the ribeye. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, could
are you?
Dad's gotta blow these up.
How old are you?
Where's the dude today?
When do you want them blown out?
What do you think now?
Birthday.
Okay. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
How old are you?
Yeah! There were 90 candles.
Good job, Pete. 90 candles.
It's all the wind that got left.
Yeah. Grandpa, you are 90.
I can tell. Take that up for you. And I'll bring some plates for everything back there for you too.
Identification.
Absolutely.
I don't
Sure. And maybe we'll have you
Is this
say
yours?
them
I
after
don't
you
want
bring the cake.
But as I actually remember the day I was born. But
Sure you do.
Brains aren't developed.
I remember when I was little, a whole bunch of things. But I always remember doing stuff with you. You know, it was always a big thing. One of my greatest things was once you hooked me on fishing. Back in the 60s, you people were party animals. You smoked and you drank Manhattans. Brandy and this, brandy and that. You had round robins. And so what I would do was wait until they got, like I'd say, Dad, are we going to go fishing tomorrow? Yeah, oh yeah, we'll go fishing like Saturday, right? So they're out Friday night. I'd wait, they'd get home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes later. And I'd make sure he hit the pillow and slept a little. Then I'd come in and wake him up. Dad, we gotta go, we gotta go. And he'd always go, I had to drag him out as long as we had coffee or something hot. Then his eyes would open back up. And then we would go, and we'd get the boat in the water, out on Pewaukee or whatever. We'd get all going, and then he'd be sound asleep. So I'd be running the boat.
This is all news to me.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No way.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I'd say, wake up, Dad, you gotta net this fish for me, okay?
I know when you babysit.
I skipped out of school. I went fishing or hunting. I didn't go out drinking or doing goofy things, so I was never in trouble. Do you remember being in trouble, Mom? Why are you giving me those eyes? I was never in trouble. Last time I ever was in trouble was when I got married. That was it. But also for, encouraging me to follow my dream of being an artist. It went well for a while.
2008. That was a key year.
So, every time Dad was my #1 critic, and when I was young, I learned to endure that, and figuring that, he knows what he's talking about or whatever. Remember when I was in college, I was in Stevens Point, I brought my art back home, basically, he said, this sucks. Okay? You gotta take it another notch. So when scholarships, everything, but I worked day and night.
Yeah.
To learn how to draw and learn how to paint.
That's why you went to Maya.
I went to Milwaukee School of the Arts, was turned into Maya.
Maya was, remember, your mother and...
Milwaukee School of the Arts, you helped get it accredited, which then turned into.
Through high school and Stevens Point, he kept doing the same thing over and over and over. Not the same picture, but the same style, the same mistakes, the same positive stuff. And then we sat and talked about it and decided that he should go somewhere and learn to really paint. Do something beyond what he was able to.
And don't you remember telling him if you're going to paint?
Great drawing, great black and white stencil drawing. But he never learned to paint.
Still learning. Trying.
So you never really...
But do you remember when you said it, because I was there and he was very upset. If you're going to be painting anything.
With a pad of paper, and then I did Dad's favorite thing, I took a nap. I fell asleep for an hour.
Where'd you learn it?
Well, Dad, when Dad would fall
Our
asleep
human
in
ancestors.
the cabin, we'd hit the table and then he'd jump up. So, but honestly, this is really a special time. And the reason I say that is because I've had the opportunity to not only get into these properties, but not only Dad, but Mom as well. Always interested. I don't even come home from a job, no matter how many I've had or whatever, and they always want to sit down. They want to know exactly, you know, so how did it go today, or you know, what happened. And that was even when my dad was working, the same thing when he was down with Scott. So that it's become, I think, kind of an integral part for Cameron and I, especially Cameron, to be able to spend some extra time with Mom and Dad through the latter years. But I guess I've got a lot of different memories to Lake Mississippi. And the very first time Dad and I were out there, we're trying to get out in the duck boat. And the duck was one of those pushers, and
3 feet of water.
He stepped, and right away I start paddling like I'm in 20 feet of water. He goes, "There's only 3 feet, you can stand up." So I didn't know that, but there were things that that I think he really cared about, because I know he spent a lot of time with Scott and Mark, and I was years later, but I can remember that particular time. We didn't even hunt that day, or that morning.
You couldn't find your guns there on the bottom.
Well, he drove me into Watertown and bought me a new pair of boots and made sure that I was dry and I was, you know, and everything. So, I mean, I think of that, and I think of, I think a lot of the things that you guys have mentioned as well. But me personally, I think it's the patience more than anything. I don't know. I find my own self having the patience sometimes that I need on certain things, but I freak out on other things.
Yeah.
I have never seen my dad freak out, ever. He's always at an even keel, and no matter what the situation. I mean, I can remember I was working at Chi-Chi's. Oh, yeah. 16 years old, and I'm driving Mom's car there.
Oh, yeah.
And I came out, it's Thursday night, it was margarita night on Thursdays. Yes! And I came out at 10 o'clock, and here the front end of my mom's car is all pushed in. Because somebody backed into the front end of her car. I drove around for about an hour, and then I thought, well, I'm going to have to face it. So I pulled the car.
Liability.
I didn't go to my mom. I went to my dad, and I pulled him inside the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know, I came out, the car, and somebody
that.
backed into it. He goes, well, are you all right? So he was always concerned about my well-being more than what could happen. And I remember I started to almost cry because I was scared. I thought maybe I was going to really be in hot water, you know. So
he never took his BMW out when he didn't know it, did he?
Nope. So I think, you know, when I really think about all those things, because of the span of years between Sherry and Scott and Mark, that 7 years, that 12 years, that 14 years, you know, I think Sherry probably paved the way for me, I think, more than anything.
How to jump out a window at night?
She bathed you.
I never jumped out my window, you guys.
So, how did you get out?
I walked out the sliding glass door.
Oh, you opened the window so you thought you jumped out.
No, I never.
We broke into the mausoleum at that cemetery.
No, I don't remember that.
You know, right up the road from when Grandma Carey was sick and we moved to town, and Grandma
house.
Gladdy had the place there. Oh yeah, we jimmied the door to get in there to see what the hell was in there.
Oh. Ooh.
Now we go there, it's just a little building. I remember it looked huge to me.
Okay, Grandpa.
So anyways, I guess just to finish it up.
Yes, please.
On my end,
Come on.
you know, it's a lot of years, and I don't think a lot of people think that they'll live the amount of years that both you and Mom have. I mean, I remember at 60, you didn't know if you make it to 70,
Yeah.
and at 70, you
When
didn't know
did
if you
you
make it
have
to
heart
80, and now
surgery?
80, and you're at 90.
Yeah, one dad had open heart surgery.
How old were you?
64, I think.
That's my age. I think I need it.
Pretty sure.
Only the good die.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
But, so, I mean, I have...
I never tried to keep track of all those ugly.
Why? Because Mom kept track of them.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
She's more. Really?
Dad had heartburn, he went in for heartburn. And he said, great, you need bypass surgery. He got done with bypass surgery, he had heartburn. He goes in, they go, we think it's an allergy. He goes, that's just great. I came in here for heartburn and I had HIPAA bypass.
That was the
Yes.
predicate. Now they say predicate.
But anyways, that's what I guess I remember. I mean, as I think back, I remember, as Scott said, the breezeway parties, because they'd say, go to your room. I can remember Sherry down in the basement with her friends. How old she was, I don't recall, but watching Saturday Night Live, and they'd all put me to bed when Mom and Dad were in the breezeway parties, and then I'd sneak back down and I'd look at all the people that were watching Saturday Night Live.
They had that back
Radner
then?
and all them.
Yeah.
Said I couldn't watch it.
I was laughing.
You mean MTV?
There was no MTV then.
What's a breezeway party?
That was Cox
That's
House.
Skip and Judy's.
They'd only let you look at their pool.
The best rapping job.
They're brown.
That is such a great gift.
Wake up, you got a pot of coffee.
That's awesome.
Grandpa, you don't have to open it now.
All you do is hit one button on it.
We're finally learning how to use ours.
No, I'm learning.
We just got a sort of like someone to tutor us on how to use it. I love the guy that was in the ad.
You don't have to open that up now.
The guy that was in the ad for our coffee plant.
Here's
was very buff.
What?
So I kept.
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
No.
Grandpa's in.
You mean Caitlin? No.
Save the box.
He's gonna put it together.
He's
pulling it out, or I've never seen him on a gift.
Well, we're gonna have coffee later.
We don't have a He doesn't know how to do yours.
How the heck do you work this thing? Yeah. It's too.
Here, how about if you sit it upright and I'll lift this off, Dad? Got it?
It's like a little boy.
God, thank
It's already put together,
you
Grandpa.
very much.
Oh.
Here. Here. Give that to him, tell him.
Roger.
Because he said, Sherry. Because he said, Sherry.
A jean jacket?
My dad said the other.
Jean jacket?
My dad said the other.
He's got to try it on.
No, he's starting to purge. Get rid of some clothes.
The ones that are out of style.
I'm giving away the things that are 30 years plus old.
Made out of like a geo.
30.
Ross.
Yeah.
From you.
Sherry, what do you have?
Is it your favorite flavor?
Sing. Bet you
I did.
didn't know that I did.
Well, a lot of times you do.
Every year I do. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Cameron. Happy birthday to you. How old are you?
I'm 5.
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? You got to.
I'm 21.
Sing it.
I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old. But I feel like I'm younger. And I'll always be a kid at heart.
So here you go.
Dear God, I want you to know the devil's tempting me right now. I tell you this.
Well, that frosting is.
This is actually.
He said you have to wrap it up and put it in the freezer.
Well, the whole cake can go in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta have some. Have a big piece.
I had the other cake.
Oh. I remember one year for my like third. I think we were.
Plate would get
It's
all
so good, Grandpa. Nah.
No. Oh, there's no more plates.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've already been in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
What?
Wait. No.
Our waitress looks like
No,
Seth
wait.
Rogen.
No, the guy that was in Talladega Nights.
I'm sorry.
What's his name? The movie star.
Come on, Sherry.
Talladega Nights. What's his name? He was in the Elf, that Christmas movie, the Elf.
Yeah, no, but there's another guy.
No, but what's his name?
You talking about Ricky Bobby?
No.
Yeah, that's Ricky Bob.
No, wait, who is that guy?
Ricky.
Talladega Nights.
What were they called? It was this show.
He's doing a stint.
No, but there's a guy in that. What is it called? It's a show. Oh, I can't remember.
Cameron, you better blow.
Jerry? Do you have any wish for Cameron?
Once or twice.
Yeah, of course. I want Cameron to have the best of life. I want him to improve his jump shot so he can beat me by the
What
time
if that never happens?
25. Maybe he can beat me. I'll be 85.
Well, you know we're all 30 years
You'll be
apart.
55. Yeah, you'll be 55.
You're 80, I'm 50.
And I'll be hanging onto your neck and beating you to a pulp. And I wish the best for Cameron and a lot of highlights. The best of life.
Wow. One glass of wine.
Chocolate chip muffin. Yeah, everything. Chocolate ice cream, chocolate straw.
Oh, Mom, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, you know what? I ate it and my complexion broke out the next day.
I do. Want his fries, and they gave mushrooms instead.
Made saucy, made the best summer sausage any place.
Yeah.
What?
People sold it all over.
Oh, is your dad's uncle?
I believe it was. It wasn't his brother. It was his uncle.
His brother William Zoellick had 18 kids. Wow. That's impossible.
So you can start multiplying that, and you can quickly understand why I can't keep track of them.
Yeah.
If they're all married now and have their own families, how many Zoelicks do you think that makes? Just as one of his brothers.
Well, you know what you can do, what you could do nowadays, is you could, when you see a Zoellick, you just see if you have the same genes, and then you use their information on what their family tree is, what they have, and then just combine all the family tree. You know, you gotta find those people first, and then you just combine what you know about your 3 generations of ancestors. So our first stop on the way to Watertown, we're going to Perkins in Delafield, Wisconsin. We're gonna eat. My dad's in there taking a pee in the restaurant. Let's open the door here. There's Grandpa. Grandpa grew up on the land that my grandpa grew up on. They live on that land. We're heading to see them right now. Grandpa's. Grandpa. Yeah. 1840.
Picture on the wall.
Hey, Pete. Nice to see you again. And you went fast again, didn't it? Yeah. Every year goes faster.
Yeah. Wait, this is the 6th year we're doing this, like, on video. Yeah.
Okay, good thing you're counting. I'm not. Oh, hi. Nice
Good to see you.
Step inside here. We'll go through the garage. It's easier.
Well, you look like you're doing better than I am. Oh, phooey. Oh, yeah. I gotta walk it now.
On 5 mile over 26 of Ed Powell.
Yeah, well, nice neighbor. Till he retired
He
from there.
over here. Brought the company over here.
Oh, okay.
Ed did.
Yeah, okay.
Grandpa, you said...
Because my dad's father died on my dad's
Grandpa, can you
birthday.
explain this?
Oh, yeah.
September
What are
1st,
these things?
1965.
You remember that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his mother
Is your house.
died on my mom's birthday, January 12th, 1965.
That's your house.
6 months later.
Can you explain each picture if you
How
can?
odd is that? I didn't realize it until we went to the gravesite.
Yeah.
And I see hers and I go,
There's the kitchen right there,
died on
Grandpa.
my mom's birthday.
That's something.
65. And then my dad
To see birthdays coming.
Here, whose room is that, Grandpa?
I
Is that
knew
yours?
nothing about what's out here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In your
We
house?
used to go, forget where we went pheasant hunting.
Yeah.
Dad, where do we go pheasant hunting? That little strip of land somewhere there. Here in Watertown area. Where do we go pheasant hunting?
Well, there was a big drainage ditch down there. You probably remember all the old days. The duty fence was down that ditch.
Oh, yeah.
Or-
Oh,
And that was full of fences.
yeah, there were years ago, a lot of, years ago, there was a lot of
A lot of habitats.
What's that?
You had a lot of places for pheasants.
Oh, yeah.
But can you explain who's
Clement.
Uh,
a lot of friends
Otto
in Janesville?
Clement.
Your father?
Otto Clement.
oh.
Howard used to fly a plane. Yeah.
Oh.
Stillman.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Fighter plane from the First World War. He used to fly up here and land up the house.
Yeah. Oh, be darned.
He had the old leather helmet on,
Yeah.
goggles, and flying,
Oh, my God.
flying in an open cockpit.
You flew by the seat of his pants.
And when we drove in first thing,
If that ever gets hit by lightnings, and save that one where my parents' initials.
Register? Old house there?
Kids, all of us would sit around that each You'd have half a dozen people sitting on their feet on the register.
I was taking a picture of it.
Yeah, years ago, we had that with a furnace downstairs in bed. And the windows were solid, and they melt, the water would run down the wall and on the floor, and what a decent, yeah.
2 miles north of here.
Burger?
I remember all the little log cabins.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So if you're
And then my mother's mother, my grandfather, my namesake, Peter Colorado.
Oh. Huh?
They had built a house on Church Street right next to Main Street.
Yeah.
I moved in there.
Uh-huh.
My grandmother actually was born.
Yeah.
She made her first trip to the seaport when she was 7 years old. Lots and 7-day trip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
To get her annual supply of spices and salt.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you didn't go to town very often, did you?
yeah, like
Yeah, it was something years ago.
that was my question. I wonder how far does if your grandmother was born here, how far does it go back? Like how far until they're not even in Wisconsin? You know what I mean? Like when did your grandmother's side first come to Wisconsin? Like where, you know what I mean? That was a question I had.
I'm not sure.
That was too far back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was probably in the late 1700s.
Probably. Yeah. There was no. They kept records, but like birth certificates weren't even out until 1874.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Well, I have books.
Yeah?
Bound, beautiful books that were published by the Wisconsin Historical Society.
Wonderful,
In
yeah.
1850 it was published.
Really? Oh, my gosh.
And it's written beautifully.
Yeah.
The records of all
Uh-huh.
the annual meetings, they had monthly meetings. They published in this book the speeches that these people all gave, and they were they were the settlers and people. They were the leaders of the community speeches. And they were fabulous stories.
I betcha.
Going back, some of them back to when there were only people that speak of. Green Bay was 50 people.
Yeah.
I was telling Jackie the other day. Poor guy was taking
Yeah, continue, Grandpa.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, but I was just looking at that.
He was taking a
This one here
little
is-
teenage girl from Green Bay to Prairie.
That's what my mother bought it that way.
And then ran the river, Foxborough, Wisconsin. The thing about this trip about River documentary, they were amazed at the beauty of it.
Yeah, I betcha.
Carried food with them.
Yeah.
1952.
We were married in
Oh.
1950.
On a cliff somewhere.
Dad, shut up.
16 years in.
For dinner.
But 1950.
And they were just amazed at the beauty. They described the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I betcha.
But that was a long trip.
Oh yeah. There was a different world.
The story that was fascinating was Green Bay Fort. The army was running out of food.
Oh really?
They had 50 people to feed. And so somebody up there, I don't know his name, volunteered to go bring some meat back.
Yeah.
He actually traveled to what is today southern Indiana.
Yeah.
He drove 40 head of cattle all the way from Indiana, Indiana area, all the way to Green Bay.
No.
He lost 4 or 5 head of cattle.
That's
to
all.
the Indians.
Think
But
you-
other than that, he did it all himself.
Really?
And he
my
describes
God.
going around what is now Chicago, the swamps,
Oh my God.
and how hard it was to keep the cattle together.
Yeah.
in the swamp.
Doesn't seem possible that one man could do that.
Doesn't.
No. You think?
You live together with your son?
I don't know.
You live together with
I
your
got,
son?
I got the story. I'll show
They
you.
live together with us.
Huh?
This was a speech that a guy gave to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, isn't that something, huh?
That I read.
We were right up in this.
Yeah.
But yesterday I also read
That's where I came
Good.
from, Michigan.
the story of one of the Black Hawk
Same
Indians.
year, I can't.
Yeah.
What month?
Uh-huh.
October.
There were 17 Indians killed.
Yeah. I'll be darned.
He described the battle in detail.
Yeah.
We had to wait for him to turn 21.
Wow.
My question was, is there wait for him to be 21? I was 23.
I think became governor.
I stood up.
Chapman was in bond.
Yeah. It's nice that you.
I stood up.
Chapman was in bond.
Yeah. It's nice that you.
Should I sit next? I want to sit next to you.
You're gonna sit with your back to the wall so you can look out.
Well, then I want to sit next to you.
Well, then slide in. Here, Mom, go this way. Here.
Said you might, you want him to go. The way the girl talked to me, it was like.
Grandpa, don't.
Well, I know now.
You do.
Well, I will tell you why you're not 91.
It means that you can't do a lot of things you used to do.
Grandpa.
Power
You
walk.
don't get to go places.
But what can you do?
Grandpa, don't take it for granted.
I can do anything if I don't have any responsibility.
Okay, this table needs to go in a little bit towards
Yeah.
your head. You gotta move
It's
your
all right.
feet. Are your feet all right?
Tell us what you're grateful for and what you can
Let me
do.
tell you this. Grandpa, don't ever take it for granted. You know why? You're lucky you can even walk at 91, much less be 91. Because like there's so many people that can't. They're sitting in beds all day long.
Well, I'm the next thing to not being able to
No,
walk.
you're
not.
so far from that.
We're gonna see to it that you're not.
Can we have some more shaved Brussels sprouts?
The fact that you can talk.
Bad days become more frequent.
I would like to have been in the other room.
There's people that have a terrible day every day.
Choice.
What do they got special today?
I don't know, Dad.
Well, I know.
That's all
Are
right.
you gonna have
We
a
can do
Diet
that.
Coke, Grandpa?
You may have to carry your mother out.
You don't want to have a perfect robroy on the rocks with a twist. And
What's
an
a
anchovy.
robbery? Tell us about that. Is that from old school?
I had a brandy Manhattan at Eliota's.
Oh God, that's
Scott. And that didn't bother me then. I don't think there's that much.
Well, I think if you're ready for it, it's okay.
I
Like when
don't
we were
like
over deer
sweet.
season, geez, he was. They say, "You want another beer?" Yeah, I'll have another one.
Well, what
He
about-
probably had 3 or 4
What
beers.
about a beer? Would that be okay? Or
Grandpa, you want to get loaded on your birthday?
let's get some water, and you'll have a beer.
I never would, but
Maybe
Cameron
I'll
doesn't
just
do
have
anything.
I
a
don't drink.
straight up shot of a good brandy.
I don't like
Aged
alcohol.
brandy.
I don't like
They
that.
said they got a
I like
burger
wine and
that's
beer,
8
but I
ounces.
can't do that up straight.
Other than cleaning wounds and stuff like
Sure.
that.
What's the benefit?
Cleaning wounds. I think
Cameron's
you
asked-
should go to school
Cameron's
to
Makes you
clean
feel
wounds. Maybe you
psychologically
should go to
a whole lot
EMT
better.
school. You won. That's the birthday.
I've waited on you guys before.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
helped
Yeah.
my best friend with her 50th.
Oh, there you go.
And that side.
Grandma,
Did he take
what's
care
up?
of you when you
Yes.
were Jenny? Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm gonna send this to Aunt Sharon.
I guess.
Diet Coke? Okay.
He was on the Stars and Stripes flight.
There you go.
Cold.
Should we have a, no, you don't have champagne.
I might have Prosecco.
No. You
I have
want to split
rosé.
something? Wait, what's that?
It's not like, okay. Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to me right now either.
Okay, sounds like. What do you got?
I'll just have a pint of light.
I've only Miller Lite here in the bottles.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
And then water all the way. Oh, we have it.
Yes.
Here's to Pete Hassa. 91 years, a farm boy
Yep.
who made it to the big
Back to the
city.
farm.
Pewaukee. Jeez, that must have been rough.
I'm not eating
What's it called? The creamed, blah, blah. It's homemade. Oh my God. Homemade cream corn. Ross, who's behind you? Look at them. Wait, there's your.
The side salads are pretty small. I mean, they're not.
Where's the side salad?
Well, they're not really listed here, but they're $5.50, and we have a house salad, which is a mixed green salad, or we have a Caesar. So those are both options. I'm gonna get these going.
All you need to do is
Thank
tell
you, Cameron.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad you tell me, my goodness. Jeez.
Okay, 91. Okay, so
I
Pete,
asked
what's
him
it like to be
because
91?
He said that if you aren't a big eater,
like
you don't
21,
want a great
only
big
older.
salad, he said you can get a side salad.
He said it was just like 21, only older. Do you understand this, Ross?
You said what?
91's just like 21, only older.
I'm only 70.
He's not scared, he's brave. I'm getting older.
I just found another old card years ago.
I did.
Aw, was it so sweet? Was he nice then? He is like that.
I'll ask him.
I don't know
Show
who
you a
she is.
picture.
I don't know who she is. I don't
We
think
didn't meet Corny, so never mind.
They have
But they
coaches,
can, like-
they have teachers that go over all this stuff with them.
I think we should, yeah. It was very interesting. He was only, what, he was 82?
81.
81.
Who was?
Yeah, McCain. And how old was Aretha Franklin?
74. Thought she was 74.
Because she had cancer.
Side salad. What kind of dressing?
This is as
Well,
good as
Parmesan
any
peppercorn,
restaurant.
creamy blue cheese, creamy dill, balsamic vinaigrette.
No, it's not.
No, it for real is. That's
Okay.
all hype down there.
No, that's fine.
Look at that. That's great, Pete.
I told you.
My mother.
What's this?
Grandpa's got duck.
Birthday
Dad.
to
you. Grandpa.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday to you.
Grandpa.
Happy birthday, dear Pete.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Oh, you still got
Okay.
enough energy left for that.
That's good, Grampy. You're good. You're gonna be like You're
Right
fine.
on me, you need to be like.
Grandpa, you're 91. You're good.
At least I think so.
Go ahead. Keep thinking that. All the crap you've been
See,
through.
Grandpa, I'm gonna tell you this. I think you would take it for granted.
I think so.
If you walked into where my Grandpa Mario was, like, it's just unbelievably a different world for people, older people. Oh, Grandpa.
That's so
That's
nice,
why you got
Grandpa.
all those spoons on it.
I don't deserve any. I don't deserve any.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a mall.
Like a mall.
Was Grandpa a good boy on his birthday? You don't want any ice cream, Grandpa?
Almost like it's got a Kit Kat or something.
Here.
You need some, but you
can't
can
just put
have
it
some. Take some.
Well, Grandma has.
You want some more? Cam and Ross can finish it up.
Camilla says around my grandpa. There.
Can you get out? Put those things
Yeah.
back in, please.
They're there. We're coming to get them. July 31st.
Tell them that
I'm
we're
in
running late.
Watertown.
So.
I know, but we didn't know. That's
Just a minute. Okay.
Just got to visit his farm where he...
It's time to be able to show somebody your house.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
I don't hear.
Well, it's not Pravimi.
He's gonna be like the bionic on
Take
my
it all
5
out.
Mile Road.
Keep talking.
You have to go
Well, you haven't
back
held.
around, and then on your way back, you town hall.
road.
Made it.
Says on that.
There we go.
I'm okay and get ready with all the clouds, and I make them black and white photo. Made 500,
He said they made 40 of them.
40,
Janesville.
Janesville.
Janesville and Hartford.
Yeah.
Cornfield was our line.
Something out here somewhere. And drive you around the land to show you.
Yeah.
Waiting to see you for a whole year.
Yeah. Still doing
A
good?
little slow this morning.
Oh, we're always getting slow. Yeah.
I
Nice
felt
to see
great
you.
when I got up and then I started what they call freezing.
Yeah.
That's Parkinson's.
Yeah. You're doing good though.
Something like you get a big bite and you get it to your mouth.
Oh, really? Oh.
Hello.
How have you been?
We're at
Not
the
too
farm
bad.
right now. What do you mean?
You go through here, it'll be easier.
It's got the garage door open. Yeah, there's no cars in the driveway. They're all in the park. They only have one car that's in the garage.
2 steps. You gotta get up the steps.
Yeah, mine's parked
Yeah, I can
up
help
by
you.
the-
There we go.
Hello.
Hey, young lady.
Then you're gonna be able to meet Scott if you haven't for quite some time. My brother, the artist.
Well, is he coming today?
He's coming. He's gonna
Finally.
stop in.
There we go. Hi. We're here.
Hello.
Once every 365 days.
Yeah,
We're here.
right. You look great. You're pretty color.
In the last month prior to that for your son.
Oh, yeah.
On one of the, he did all the concrete and that.
Our grandson.
Okay, that's who it would be. Because I said to him, I go, so what's been going on? This is Scott?
Hi, Scott. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
meet you.
And he said to me, I've been working off a 5 Mile Road.
Yeah.
And I said, well, where? I said, my
Friend for Scott. He's an old guy that just drove the driveway.
What you got?
There's a little print, but you've got some bigger ones.
I didn't know
Yeah, the old house is gone. Upstairs, out there. You got a closet with smoke.
The other guy that sold brothers out here that owned it,
Came and visited, you know, on the weekends or whatever. She never lived, but then we would come out here.
Really all. Don't shake that bad.
It's on, I have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just put in there over soft yet. Oh, you like your home where you're living now? Oh yeah? Oh.
Yeah, let him
Okay.
leave. Never leave the place, he says.
You're gonna carry me off of here. I figure when I'm dead, I want to be above it. I don't want to be under it. That's why I bought a crib.
Well, he got the right idea.
Yeah, you would never be happy where we live.
No. Yeah, it's hard to get used to.
The whole place is 2 rooms and it's about the size of your room.
Dresser, things like that.
I can tell you, I've toned down, side down. It's taught me a lesson. I mean, Jesus,
Special jars of these fluids, full of crackling and fill it up with liquid lard.
Oh.
White lard with crackling.
Eat it up again?
No, spin it on homemade bread.
Yeah, put it on bread.
With butter.
Yeah. Lard. Homemade bread and lard.
Well, we should let these.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Cemetery to visit the graves, his parents, and siblings. Here they are. Over it.
What makes a lady of 80 go out on the loose? Why does the gander meander in search of a goose? What puts the kick in a chicken? The man. Listen, listen.
They're either across right over there.
all cleaned off right there.
Scott was at. I don't. Yeah. That has to be the worst year of your life. That 1965 has to be.
Bob's spot here somewhere. Right there.
There's there.
The old Zoellick house?
Yeah. So.
Zoellick sausage.
Well, it's not called that anymore.
I'll take this one here. Yeah. Is that the regular summer? Yeah.
Yeah, you want regular?
Yeah.
I can see if I got something smaller.
No, that's fine.
The river.
Zoellick sausage.
We have 29.40. You're good?
She gave us.
We got some
Smokehouse they closed down.
What are you guys gonna get?
Pete,
Yeah, it's
you see them online.
We're at Mullins.
We don't.
What is he?
Float.
What do you want it?
What he's finished.
For Scotty
maybe
and
they
malt.
have ginger ale.
You got a malt.
What?
They might have ginger
You got a root beer float.
Hi.
Grandpa's having his root beer float. He's having his root beer float.
We're having a 7er. We're having a 7er. And
Grandpa, is it good?
Tastes the same as it did 50 years ago.
remember how my dad used to make those?
Up with sherbet in it.
Oh, I thought it was. Turn around, look at the size of the ice cream cone.
Third thing. There he is. 92nd. Headed to Carrabba's restaurant. Grandpa, happy 92nd.
Hi, Cam.
Hey.
Line was busy.
That's because Dad was talking with Scott. And
There we go. There's the birthday boy. There's Grandpa's 92nd. 92nd. Grandpa, do you remember we were at that place in Brookfield last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bartolotta's. For your birthday.
So since you called ahead, the wait time
Yeah.
you will be coming.
So we just sat down at Carrabba's. There's Dad. There's Grandma.
What?
92nd. Grandpa, what are you gonna get?
The mezzaluna is
This
a
is what
chicken.
chicken
It's not
marsala.
on
He
here,
said
actually, but
it's. You gonna do it with a white sauce?
But what are you getting?
it'll be just cheese. It'll be raviolis.
You getting, Grandpa? Still thinking?
That sound okay?
You still thinking what you're getting?
And then you'll get a super.
That's been more accommodating.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
Grandpa.
relax.
Grandpa got the lobster wrap. So here's.
They're an assisted living.
That's good. Phone conversation about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Mark
He's-
Rubin.
They're living in a high-rise, a new high-rise, a couple blocks from High Point, overlooking the lake, and I walked over those big new condos buildings.
Yeah.
What's that?
So I got the pasta
Lobster
Giorgio.
ravioli.
You got lobster ravioli. Dad, what'd you get?
Chicken Brian.
You get a free lasagna.
Let me see. He said you got
Grandma got the
something
cheese
else.
ravioli.
A picture of these before
There you
they start chopping it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You said you got
Enjoy the meals.
Thank you.
Chicken Brian. What? Chicken
Grandpa's
Brian.
eating
Just taste it.
Okay.
Alright. There you go.
90
Right
seconds
there
worth
for ya. For your 90 second. We're gonna sing Best Wishes in Italian for you, okay?
Italian.
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Tante goreate, tante goreate, tante gore from Carrabba's, tante goreate. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Afraid to blow it out.
You going, Kim?
Yeah.
All right, Dad.
Maybe they'll go out with it.
Dad, you better make a wish. You make a wish?
Make a wish, Grandpa.
Are you wishing for a bite of it, or what are you wishing for?
Here we go.
Okay.
To be able to get out of jail.
Okay. Get out of jail.
Yeah.
Get out of.
Okay, blow it out, Grandpa.
Gotta blow the candle out first.
I'll take care of you whenever you like.
Here we go. No, they're sharing it. Grandpa, is it Christmas Day? Is it Christmas Day?
Going to.
Seven.
Christmas grandpa.
Elevator now. Grandpa.
Hey, Dad, I'm a double.
Grandpa, is it Christmas? Devin. Grandpa. Over here. There's Grandpa. The whole family's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Auntie Sherry.
She has to deal with it.
Grandma.
Never in his whole life.
It'll be like dark, and he'll find a shadow.
Besides all those Yes. So, that's just supposed.
Cute baby Grandma.
We need, once you get over there.
Camera.
Hey guys, I got someone. Jay. Right here?
We're taking a picture. What?
Oh, okay.
Your Grandpa's here. There's Grandpa.
Hi, lad.
Here's Grandpa. Here we go. There's Grandma and Grandpa in 2020. 70th wedding anniversary.
See the head.
70th wedding anniversary.
You know how to move the seat head.
How you do? What?
Little England.
Anxiety one.
And, then I went and bought new filters.
Anniversary. 70th wedding anniversary. The eggplant parmesan.
Give me your gift camera. And your
4
phone.
cheese ravioli.
I've lost everything. I lost.
I'm good. Okay, sit still, Dad. Don't move.
When I came upstairs, and like when they get up in the morning, they'll come and they touch you with their nose. And that's all they'll do. If you respond to it.
I'll be right back with this other Coke.
Thank you.
Hang on, Dad. Don't blow it. Oh, you did.
Don't blow it out yet. Don't.
And then here's
70th.
Can you blow it out?
Be
Blow
careful.
harder. You're gonna burn your nose.
Doesn't blow out.
Yeah, it'll blow out.
Aw, they can't do it.
Blow it hard, I blow mine out.
Dad, just blow it out. No, don't. What the frick are you doing? What's he doing? With Grandpa, be careful.
Italian restaurants usually.
Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma and Grandpa. Be careful. Is everything good?
Well worth the trip.
Worth the trip so you can
Thank you.
There we go. Grandpa, it's your 93rd birthday. 93. '93.
93, I gotta cover up my face. Warm. He's got a brand new Chevy extended cab pickup.
Yeah. So we're at Jake's wearing a mask. We were here for your 91st.
90.
So? Grandpa, are you gonna get the duck?
You think so?
Here's a good one. Salad. But I never could eat a salad that big.
Grandpa.
Seasonal salad greens, Roman Caesar.
Was there a wedge salad?
We have a baby wedge salad, right?
Did you order a salad?
Okay.
Did he order a salad?
No.
Because I would have eaten half of his.
There's
Blue
some
cheese
of yours.
dressing, or I have Parmesan peppercorn,
Put the
creamy
duck
dill.
in cheese and more than I normally use.
Do that?
Yeah.
Do you throw it on?
Nope, it's on the side.
Okay. If you could please just bring it.
Yeah, I can actually have them split it.
Blue cheese and bacon. Oh, that.
Okay.
But if you just bring an extra plate, just take some.
Grandma.
Is that what you're having?
Yeah. Are you good?
Really delicious, but I
Good.
could never, if I had ordered that, it's
I'm doing
Grandpa, is it good?
blue cheese and I'm doing French.
Yep.
I can't do it.
Everything will be great. Try some of this.
They're gonna have heartburn on it. I think you never ate before.
Oh, Grandpa.
Is there bacon in this?
Told you.
If I had known that it was over the potato, I never would.
Yeah, he's eating that whole duck like he's doing surgery. Doing surgery on that duck.
Oh.
Grandpa.
Give her the lettuce, we can have our
Filling with my time to make sure the rider is
Surgery on that duck
Eating dog. Aww.
Nothing like good duck fat.
apple crisp.
Grandpa.
We're just gonna kind of throw them in the middle. And
Is that
That's
good?
not just for me, is it?
Yeah, it is Grandpa.
There was one Sunday, 2 chocolate cookies and an apple crisp, correct?
Because we should be in by.
Yeah.
And then the coffees.
Yeah.
There you go, Grandpa.
Maybe if there's a few extra plates or something.
Sure.
We can probably.
What's that? You better get going on yours, sir.
Hey, don't. There's no reason for him to run. Thank you.
Yours.
Apple crisp and then.
Eat your
Wanna
Sunday.
take some of this and put it on there?
No, that's yours.
No, I would like a spoon.
Dad, you can't leave till you eat the whole thing.
Decal? Do you have another spoon?
I got one here. Mom.
Here's one here.
Come on.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about the reach.
Yes, thank you.
Here,
No, I
Dad.
have.
Here, Dad. This is the other ones.
He's eating a lot today.
Got it?
He can't eat.
Well, it's just a taste of everything.
Aw,
Is there
Grandpa.
creamer?
Yep, creamer's right here.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Grandpa, you have to eat all that, Grandpa. You have to eat all of it.
How about you, Cameron?
Right here. Here's a big spoon. You can just taste it.
Oh, it's all just really hot.
Yeah. Let it cool.
He's really gonna go.
They're like,
What is that?
Grandpa, are you enjoying your birthday?
Yes, I am.
That's good. Here's Grandpa.
Here. Got it?
Grandpa.
Slip it in.
There's Grandpa.
I think she deserves something.
Grandpa. There's Grandpa.
You got a new phone. I didn't know it was that color.
No, it's a case. It's birthday. We haven't done anything yet. It's Grandpa's birthday. Grandpa. Grandpa.
There was salad. I was something like coleslaw that's chopped up.
Then, Dad, why don't we order you something right?
Grandpa, you like? Oh, you didn't try it yet.
Do you like cheese?
Looks good, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Do you like cheese?
Grandpa doesn't have any front teeth.
I would too.
Aww.
Do you want some salad?
Well, doesn't he work up around Mondo?
Grandpa, is it good?
Chili and then
Grandpa.
one somewhere. All right, you know.
What are you going to do with your barn when you build it?
25.
Well, I'm gonna put a,
30,000
build a
square
big
foot.
studio in it, and I'm gonna open up a gallery.
Oh, yeah, there you
Hello, you guys. How you guys doing? Grandpa. Grandpa.
Eat.
Grandpa. Happy birthday. Oh, he's sleeping. Hi, Grandma. Are you doing okay? Okay. Look at it, it's Grandpa. 95. How you doing? 95 today. Here we go. Let's bring in Maggianos here. Yeah. For Grandpa's 95th. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Grandpa, you're having a good birthday, Grandpa? Yeah.
You might want to eat with.
Grandpa's got his 95th birthday. There we go. Here we go.
Well, Dad, hang on.
Anything?
Hang on there. You're gonna wear. Oh, whacked you in the head there. Sorry about that. Not really, or no, where?
There we go.
Are you picking up sound?
Yeah. Grandpa's got blue. Grandpa's birthday. There we go. There we go. There we go.
To stay at my grandmother's house.
Stay at your
Once
grandma?
in a while, they'd let me stay there.
Yeah. You're 15 years old?
Then what happened?
And I loved to roller skate. And I had a pair of roller skates, and I would run to the other side of town. At
Have you heard this story before?
No, I haven't. Lights were on.
This is the first.
And I would go to Riverside Park, particularly on Thursday nights.
Yep. Thank God.
We got enough cake here, you can have some of that.
Birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear P. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
Yeah, we heard those horns and we're like, what the heck? That sounds like geese.
Need to blow out the candles. Come on.
They don't blow out.
They're
Come on, let's go. They'll blow out. Blow them out. Come on. Bring it closer, Cam. Let's go. Hey! There you go.
Oh, Grandpa, you were not. Wait, you were 15 in 1942.
Oh boy.
I roller skated across town all by myself. And I had a ball doing it. Summer night, the temperature was warm.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wish and blow it out. Hang on. We're just going to turn some lights out here a little so we can get a little...
Is it okay if I wish I was 15 years old again?
You can
Yeah,
wish whatever you want.
definitely.
It's your birthday.
With all the knowledge you
Well,
have
then-
now at 15.
Cameron, bring the cake a little closer for him. So
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Here you go, Grandpa. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let's
like
blow
a
out the cake.
15-year-old now. All right. Those will start on fire.
Grandpa.
and then- Candles, come on.
Aw.
They're
Come on, let's go. They'll blow
Come
out.
on, Grandpa.
Blow 'em out. Come on. Bring it closer, Cam. Let's go.
There we go.
There you go.
There's Grandpa eating his 95th birthday cake. There we go.
Where did
Well,
this?
I was thinking, Dad, at some point Cameron could come over when he a kiss.
Aw, the little babies.
Oh.
Aw, 72 years of marriage right there. So cute.
Wow.
Happy 95th birthday, Grandpa.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell